Let's talk about business strategy. You hear that term thrown around all the time, right? And let's be honest, it can sound pretty complicated. Something for big boardrooms and 100-page binders. But what if it's really just about having a killer game plan? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to pull back the curtain, demystify strategy, and make it a simple, powerful tool you can actually use. Here's how we're going to break it all down. First up, we'll dive into the strategy game and why it's so important. Then we'll figure out how to find your secret weapon. You know, that thing that makes you special. After that, we'll get practical and build a master plan, step by step. And finally, the most crucial part, making the plan work. It's a journey that's going to take us from the big why all the way down to the how. All right, let's kick things off with section 1, the strategy game. And yeah, we're calling it a game for a reason, because in a lot of ways, that's what business is. You've got players, you've got stakes, and you absolutely need a plan if you want to win. This is where we lay the foundation for why strategy isn't just some buzzword, it's about survival. I mean, it all really comes down to this one question, doesn't it? We've all seen it. Two companies, they start in the exact same market, maybe at the same time. One of them just takes off, becomes a household name. The other one, it just disappears. The difference, 9 times out of 10, comes down to strategy. This quote just nails it. The keywords here are efficient and effective. See, it's not just about working hard, it's about working smart. Efficiency means doing things the right way, minimizing waste and keeping costs down. But effectiveness, that's about doing the right things in the first place, making the choices that actually get you closer to your goal. The companies that really win have mastered both. But here's the crazy part. Look at this number. Even though business is this never-ending race, a shocking 86% of leadership teams spend less than 1 hour a month actually talking about their game plan. I mean, think about that. That's like getting ready for a marathon by glancing at the map for a minute and then just hoping for the best. It's a massive, massive blind spot. And that stat really sets the perfect stage for our next section, finding your secret weapon. Because if most of your competitors aren't even thinking about their game plan, having a clear one gives you this huge leg up. So, what does a real advantage actually look like? Well, this section is all about the building blocks you need to get a real, lasting edge over everyone else. So here's the bottom line. A competitive advantage isn't just about being good at something. It's about being more profitable than the other guys who are all chasing the same customers. It's something you can measure. It's the scoreboard for the whole game. If you're consistently beating the average, congratulations, you've got a competitive advantage. So how do you get there? Well, you get there through something called distinctive competencies. This is your secret sauce. It's not just a strength, it's a unique strength that lets you do one of two things. Either make a product that's way different and better, or make the same product but for way cheaper than anyone else. And these competencies come from two things. Think of it like this. Resources are the what you have. They're your raw ingredients, like a strong brand name, some patents, or maybe your talented team. But capabilities, that's the how. That's your recipe and your skill in the kitchen. It's how you combine all those ingredients to make something incredible. You can have the best ingredients in the world, but if you don't know how to cook, it doesn't matter. You need both. And you can see how it all stacks up right here. This is the path, and the order is everything. You absolutely cannot skip a step. You start with what you have, your resources. Then you get really good at using them, your capabilities. That special combination creates your distinctive competencies. And that's what finally leads to a real, lasting, competitive advantage. Looking at these examples really makes it all click, right? Take Toyota. Their secret weapon isn't just making cars. It's their entire super efficient lean production system. Or think about McDonald's. Sure, they sell burgers, but their true competency is managing a massive global franchise system better than anyone. It shows that your real advantage is often a level deeper than the product you sell. Okay, on to section 3, building your master plan. So we know what a strategy is made of, but how in the world do you actually sit down and create one? This is where we shift gears from the theory to a real, practical, step-by-step roadmap. The whole thing can be broken down into these 5 clear steps. You start by just getting organized, then you define your whole purpose with a mission and vision. Next, you take a hard look at where you stand with a SWOT analysis. And only then do you start setting goals and finally rolling out the plan. See, it's a logical process, not just some random brainstorming session. Let's look at that second step, your mission. A great mission statement is your reason for being. Check out this one from Southwest.
Notice it's not about planes or cheap flights or destinations. It's about a very specific feeling of customer service. It tells everyone inside and outside the company exactly who they are and what they care about. So a good mission really does these things. It captures your purpose, your customers, and what you do, all in one clear statement. And that last point, that's the magic. A powerful mission can truly inspire your team to do amazing things because they believe in the why behind their work. Now, if the mission is who you are right now, the vision is who you want to be in the future. It's your North Star. It's that big, ambitious goal out on the horizon that gets everyone excited and pulling in the same direction. It's what guides all your big decisions.
Next up, you've got your SWOT analysis. You've probably seen this before, and there's a reason it's a classic. It works. It's just a super simple way to organize your thoughts. You look internally at your strengths and weaknesses, the stuff you can control, and then you look externally at opportunities and threats, the stuff you can't control but you have to be ready for. It just gives you a really clear, honest snapshot of where you are right now.
And that brings us to our final and I'd say most important section, making the plan work. Because let's face it, a great plan is useless if you don't do anything with it. A plan is only as good as its execution. This is where the rubber really meets the road. This is such a hard truth, but it's so important. You could literally have the most brilliant, game-changing strategy ever written. But if it's not put into action, it's worthless. It's just a piece of paper. Execution is what separates the winners from the well-intentioned dreamers. And this right here is the challenge every single organization faces. How do you stop that strategic plan from becoming just another document gathering dust on a shelf? The real goal is to make it a living, breathing part of your company's DNA, something that helps people make better decisions every single day. So how do you do it? Well, here are 5 absolute keys. You have to talk about the plan constantly. You have to put your money where your mouth is. Your budget needs to reflect your strategic priorities. You need to meet regularly just to talk about it. You need a scorecard to see if you're winning. And hey, don't forget to celebrate the wins along the way to keep everyone motivated. And this is what a simple scorecard might look like. It's just a quick one-page snapshot of how you're doing. Are we hitting our targets? Where are we falling behind? It takes all those big, fuzzy goals and turns them into hard numbers. That creates so much clarity and accountability for the whole team. So as we wrap things up, let's just remember what strategy really is. It's not some dry, boring business document. It's your roadmap that shows you where you're going. It's your secret weapon that gives you an edge. And it's your game plan that helps your team win. It's all of those things rolled into one. In the end, your strategy is so much more than a plan. It's the story of your future. It's the story you're telling the world about where you're going and why it matters. So, the only question left is, what story are you going to write?